Well, let's hope that's the only glitch today. Sorry, those of you who were in the other chat. It's that time. Good morning. Happy Thursday. Apparently, something happened where I had something wrong in the stream setup. So those of you who are over at the other place, thanks for making it over here. And so we're okay. It's FTG Thursday. We'll get through it because the theme is always, fuck it. So I'm glad you made it. If you're in the right place, if you're not in the right place, there's another place that's available. Also, if you ever have a glitch, you can always check out Rumble. Be sure you're subscribed to both. The liar guy, the Jon Lovitz of the Republican Party, is still trending big time in the news because Democrats, well, hoes mad, I gotta tell you. So we're gonna talk a little bit about that today and what it's creating for Democrats, not against Democrats, not against George Santos so much, but some people are remembering a few choice events and utterances and things, the crazy things that people say. So we're going to talk about that. Plus, I have a couple lists of things that are, what would you say? Well, end of the year things. Best of, worst of, whatever. And one's interesting because one's about Joseph Rahim Biden. So we'll talk about that and so much more on the Morning Night Live. We'll be doing that right after the intro. Johnny, can we get this thing started? Play the intro.
Ladies and gentlemen, coming to you live from the Lucky Dog studio in a hidden location somewhere in the upper Midwest of the United States of America, it's a brother making his own way but with all the wrong opinions. Welcome to the Morning Night Live with your host, the one and only P-Dog Knight.
Yeah, that's me. I apologize for the inconvenience this morning. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Morning Night Live. I'm your host, Marty, also known as P-Dog Knight on the internet, and welcome back to the P-Dog Knight channel. I'm trying to get this microphone a little closer so I don't have to yell. Although I'm sure you can hear me just fine. Anyway, it is Thursday, the 29th of December, 2022. We're almost on to 2023. I don't know why the hell I said it that way. But yeah, it's about that time, isn't it? Let's see. Let me just I got to put these notifications out. We're here! Exclamation point. Sorry about those if you didn't get a notification earlier because I screwed up. I screwed the damn thing up. Let me copy and paste this. Anyway, something that is still on the top of people's minds as of today is streaming live is Mr. George Santos, the Jon Lovitz of the Republican Party. And it's fascinating because, what it's conjuring up is it's getting a lot of people to remember what some things that other people have said. Here, YouTube. I'm sorry, I'm trying to do this at the same time. And Rumble. Just trying to put my notifications out here, gang. Sorry. I'm just going to copy and paste this whole thing into the Twitter box too. There we go. All right, there we go. publish there, and we'll do the same thing over here. Sorry for doing the background work on this planet. Oh, what's this dude? Oh, that's that dude. Oh yeah, do I have that one open? What does this say here? Twitter at home. Oh, that's just okay, I haven't done this one yet. There's it's an interesting, oh my gosh, what are all these notifications? What the hell's going on here? Jesus. Okay. I'm sorry, guys. This is not my best start, but we'll make it better. I promise I'll make it better. I'll make it better. I'll make it up to you. Oh no, I almost sang the wrong song. I almost sang Boys to Men. I'll make love to you like you want me to, and I'll hold you tight, maybe all through the night. Okay, but that's not going to happen. That is not going to happen. Okay, there we go. Now I think I fixed it. I don't know what happens when you do both of these in one tweet. That'll be interesting. Oh, it only gives you the Rumble tweet. Okay, well I don't care. At least it gives people something to work with. All right. George Santos is just burning up the airwaves. I mean, people can't stop talking about him. There's people, his name's trending, resign is trending. There's all kinds of stuff trending about him. But the funny thing about it is people are starting to remember, because, okay, wait, let me, I gotta stop for a second. Especially Democrats, because Democrats are pissed off that they lost to this guy, this Jon, like I said, the Jon Lovitz of the Republican Party. They're really pissed off, and they keep talking about him. And it's funny because some people on the Republican side are like, well, yeah, he's kind of a jerk. Maybe he should resign. But damn, let's think about some of the stuff that some of your candidates have done, including the President of the United States. Yes, because Joe Biden is not the Jon Lovitz. He's like two Jon Lovitz of the Democratic Party. So we're gonna go through some things that people are talking about the things that Democrats do, because everyone's talking about George Santos. Now of course, now there's also some people, especially the Never Trumpers. The Never Trumpers all want to bring up Trump. But no. You don't get to do that now. We're gonna talk about Democrats. Anyway, let me before I do that though, I'm gonna thank you. First of all, thank you, Chicago Mike, first sponsor of the day. I appreciate that. And who's with dropping a 5 spot in the tip jar via YouTube Super Chat, says things that people say, like I graduated the top of my class with 2 degrees. Right. That's exactly what I'm talking about. But we're going to get to that. I promise you that I'm going to get to that. But first, I want to say good morning. Now, first in the chat over on Rumble would be Avocados Diablo, who gets the bell, right? Avocados Diablo gets the bell. Also, good morning to Mike Savage, Jimmy Das Hotep. Oh, I forgot the blarg. Jimmy Das Hotep. St. Jude, dude, that's a new name. And that's somebody, who is that? That's somebody's who normally comes in another name on YouTube. But anyway, St. Jude, dude. And there's 13 people watching a Rumble. That's fantastic. On the YouTube side, now, I know that up here it said that, I think it was Jaeger Ponies, but actually, during the glitch, before the glitch, Avocados Diablo was first in the chat over on YouTube, okay? So you get a bell for that. But I'm also going to give one to my favorite Canadian Jaeger Pony, because you are the first one in the chat that on the one that ended up working. So I'm going to give them both to you. We're good, okay? We're good. Also, good morning to Mike Savage on YouTube. Also, blarg. Rotten Corpse is in the house. Trippy Liberty, what's up, my brother? Tex AG 007. Jay Wolf, what's up? Good to see you. Who's else here? Higgs in the house from the home base in Florida. Chicago Mike, of course, who is the first sponsor of the show today. Tyrannus. Oops, hang on. I'm going to do this one more time. Tyrannus Alexandrius Tremelich. I like doing that sometimes. Also, good morning. Wait, Oh man, Avocado Tablet, you're way down here on this one, but you were first. I already got you a bell. I got you the bell. The glitch did not steal your bell. I took care of you with that bell thing. Also, good morning, Attack Alpaca. Nice to see you. Somnambule Nation. Maddie's in the house. Nice to see ya. Oh, there we go. Also, good morning to anybody else here? I'm scrolling. Anybody else here? I already got Jay Wolf. I already got Chicago Mike. Oh my gosh. Tyler F's in the house. Ronan's in the house. And the AKA Ronan Wolf. Green Badger Outdoors. Welcome back. DI Freighter Watcher. Nice to see you. Asian Research Directorate. Jethro Hetero. Redskin fan. And that's I'm down to the bottom. There we go. Oh, and the one who over on Rumble. The one also known as the one who tubes at one point in time. Now, there's something weird here. All of a sudden, I'm looking at my notifications on Twitter, and I've got like 14 notifications. What is going on? Have I even tweeted this morning? I don't think I have. Now, some of it should be people who are, I got you. So here's what happened. I was on Twitter in a Twitter space yesterday. And I got like 140 new Twitter followers just for being in one of those Twitter spaces. That was kind of cool. Oh, Zombie Teddy's in the house. Nice to see you. All right. Okay, so let's see. So some of these are people who've tweeted out the show. Thank you, Jimmy Das Hotep, for tweeting out the show. Please share the show. Please hit the like button. Hit the pop that plussy on Rumble, or you can hit the like button on YouTube, or if you're on Rumble and on a phone or something, you can. There's a little thumbs up thing there. You can hit that. Just it helps for everything, right? It helps with the algorithm on every one of these platforms. In theory. Okay, a lot of this stuff is, holy shit, this is just from this is all from the stuff yesterday. A lot of people talking about. So anyway, there was a really cool Twitter Spaces. I should put a link to that on the Twitter Spaces from yesterday. Thank you also, Batty, for tweeting out the show. Greatly appreciated. In fact, I'm going to retweet you and Jimmy Das Hotep here. What kind of, what's this? What kind of garbage are you watching, consuming this morning? Turn it off. Turn it into the Morning Night Live with P-Dog Night. Come in, enjoy the perspective, and join the conversation. Thank you, Jimmy Dotsoto. That's kind of funny, actually. And then also Rumble video. Can I get a Rumble rant button on the app? Yeah, here's why they're not doing that on the app. And Nick Ricada has been talking to them about that a lot, right? And they've been saying that the reason they're not doing it on the app, because when they do it, if you do it on Google or Apple Store apps, they take 30% off the top of your Rumble rants. And they just like, you know what? We don't want people to have to give money to someone they don't want to. So that's why they don't do it on Rumble. So, but I'm just as happy with the thumbs up. So anyway, I see some people. Oh my gosh. That's because Sphinx, looks like Sphinx has replied to me here. That's why. All right. That's that. So anyway, share the stream. Oh, you know what's funny? Here, let me show you something. I did tweet one thing this morning just as I was setting up, because I saw this and I was like, really? So the GOP this morning tweeted this. Republicans believe in limited government. Now, those of you who have been paying attention over the last several days, the Republican leadership and about 18 senators and a handful of Republicans in the House helped pass a $1.7 trillion omnibus bill that not only expands a lot of money into things that maybe we should not be spending right now because, whatever. And then also even expands a few parts of government that you go, remember, there's some of those Republicans also passed some new gun legislation, a bunch of Biden shit. And so my only question to the GOP when I saw this was, which Republicans? Because I don't think there's a lot of Republicans who believe in limited government anymore. I'm very, very unhappy with the Republicans right now, especially those 18 senators. I wouldn't be sad if every single one of them were primaried, because they no longer believe in limited government. Cat Turd is on the case. Is Cat Turd on the case? I did see a reply from Cat Turd on that one. Let's see. It's right here. Let's see. Is that why you backstabbing traitors just voted for the $1.7 trillion omnibus bill? The nerve of you cowards. Yes. Yes. And the Hodge twins are talking to him, and Christina Pushaw, who's Ron DeSantis' spokesperson. Tell that to the Republican politicians who voted for the omnibus. Which ones exactly? If you had to prove that in a court of law, what would the evidence be other than this tweet? Oh, and people, the GOP is getting owned in the comments section with 2,000 likes. This might explain that. Anyway. All right. So, I would love to have a Republican Party that still believed in limited government. That'd be fan-freaking-tastic, wouldn't it now? Wouldn't that be something? Wouldn't that be special? Let's see if maybe in the new year, if we have a New Year resolution, New Year's wish for 2023, the Republican House decides that, oh my gosh, we are going to go back to the limited government roots that we hope to have accomplished in the past. They tried it. Look, I know they tried it in '94 when Newt Gingrich and what did they call them? I don't know what they had a name for that group of Republicans, but they tried. And actually, you know what? Bill Clinton was kind of forced to go along with a lot of their ideas. And what happened? For the first time in, I don't even remember when, we had a balanced budget for 1 year. A government surplus for like 1 year, I think. Maybe it was 2 years after because, now a lot of people give Clinton credit for that and the great economy at the time. But look, the Democrats had run the House of Representatives and mostly the Senate, but not always. But for the House of Representatives, the Democrats had control of the Senate for 42 years, 40 years, something like that. And that was the first time there was a GOP majority in the House in 40 years. And now a lot of people like to give Bill Clinton credit because, Bill Clinton's president. But who writes the appropriations bills and the budget bills and who does all that shit? That would have been Republicans. Yeah, it's a contract with America. Now, and I, at the time, I kind of liked that contract with America. I can't remember everything on it, but for whatever reason, all of a sudden, 1 year, we had a government surplus. Now, and we've never had one since. In fact, the budget, oh boy, they've gone crazy with the budget ever since. So, I just don't even know. I don't even know anymore. It's oh my goodness, Jimmy Das Hotep with the very generous donation there. There we go. And Jimmy Das Hotep, you are the new Streamlabs Superstar sponsor of the day with the 26. Wait a minute. With the 2669 donation. Who says, Jimmy Das Hotep says, my bad. I didn't realize how much Google and Apple stole. Streamlabs is it. Salute from Texas. Yes, Jimmy Das has moved to Texas and is getting used to the Central Time Zone. Welcome to the Central Time Zone. Thank you again, Jimmy Das Hotep. Appreciate you, brother. I gotta hit that. And you are there you go. There, now you are the Streamlabs Superstar sponsor of the day. Thank you very much. If you want to sponsor the show, by the way, you can go to pdognight.live. Okay. And for whatever reason, I don't know why the CloudBot doesn't work anymore. That really annoys me. Let me see something here. Maybe I can get the CloudBot to work to remind you where that is. But if you go to pdognight.live, you can donate there. You can do YouTube Super Chats or Venmo and Cash App. Those are in the description down below. Junior, I don't know why this doesn't work. The timer should be on. All the timers are there. And and it's a mod in my thing. Well, we'll figure it out later. All right. Let's get into what's happening in the world today. Something new in the world today. I don't know what it is. I don't think that's how the song goes. Good morning, Special K on Acid, by the way. Nice to see you, brother. And Galactic North, you're here too. I'm glad to see you too. All right, shall we? Let's get into it. A couple just news items that are very, very current right now. One of them is the omnibus bill. I just mentioned that the omnibus bill that the that the Senate Republicans pushed and the House of Representatives passed without reading it, 4,100 pages, are headed towards the President of the United States to be signed. However, in this great land of blizzards and cold weather in places that don't normally have cold weather, although in Minnesota it's up above 30 again, which to me is like t-shirt weather. Anyway, the President of the United States, however, is on vacation, has gone on vacation into St. Croix, the islands in the Caribbean. I can't remember whose territory that is. Is that an American island? I don't know. So the President of the United States is vacationing in St. Croix. But the bill, the omnibus bill, needs to be signed by December 30th. So what is happening with the omnibus bill? Well, I don't know how this is happening, but according to this guy, a White House official tells Edward Lawrence the omnibus bill is in the White House possession, and it needs to be signed by December 30th. It will soon be en route to St. Croix to be signed there. Now, I'm very, very, very curious because see, the president's supposed to sign it for December 30th. I'm very curious. It says how is it getting there? Now I know did I have someone else talking about this? Oh, I did not. No, it didn't have anyway. So apparently, here it is right here. Here it is. This bill would create 1.5 metric tons of carbon footprint to sign when you include the return trip. So they're sending it. I'm sure there's going to be other people on the plane with the bill, but because Bill can't fly by himself because he's not potty trained, and he needs to have, he has to have extra comfortable. Well, they probably need extra wide seats for the bill. But anyway, so they're going to fly the bill down to St. Croix, and he's going to sign it down there. Now, St. Croix, it's in the U.S. Virgin Islands. Okay, there you go. So you see, I always get confused about how that works. How does that work? They're U.S. territories, but they're not states or something. I don't know. But anyway, good morning, Selected Boy.
Yeah, boy.
All right. So anyway, 1.5 metric tons of carbon footprint for a bill, 4,100 pages, to fly down to the St. Croix. Oh, actually, here's the thought. Perhaps the bill will fly back with the president. And so maybe they'll at least get some carpool points for the bill. But anyway, I just found that interesting that he didn't sign the bill before he left for vacation. And why did they wait for him to go to St. Croix? Why didn't he sign it before he left? I mean, the House passed it. Is there some special paperwork shit they got to do, or can he just go and sign the damn thing? Of course, I don't know how many times he has to sign it because there's 4,100 freaking pages. So who knows? All right, what's in my notifications here? Okay, that's just more stuff. Canahotep's in the house. Got it. Okay, what up, Canahotep? At least I know you saw this. All right, what else is going on here? Let's just get to George Santos really quick, because we watched yesterday. We watched Tulsi Gabbard just eviscerate this dude, and he's still trending #1 on Twitter right now. Okay, and obviously this guy. Now they're finding all kinds of lies. We're gonna go through this thread because it's just amazing. But one thing that the George Santos saga is producing is a lot, and I mean a whole lot, of what I call memories. Okay. And not memories, don't get your head out of the gutter. Memories of certain Democrats who also have had issues with, let's just say accuracy. Okay. I will just say accuracy. Am I going to say lying? Well, yeah, I'm not lying, but I'll say accuracy. Accuracy is a good term. So anyway, over onto it. And I just want to go through just some of this this is amazing, the responses, because there's responses from the right, there's responses from the left, there's responses from all kinds of people. What the hell happened there? Oh, this thing flipped. Anyway, so here's the up here's the video we watched yesterday, but I'm gonna skip down here. Let's see. Roger Stone says, let's see some greatest hits of some of the Democrats. Senator Richard Blumenthal lied about serving in Vietnam. Senator Elizabeth Warren lied about being a Native American. Joe Biden lies about everything, but George Santos is crucified. Look, okay, let's do a poll. We're gonna do a poll here. And by the way, poll is spelled P-O-L-L. You know what's weird? When I go through Twitter on the daily, there are two words that people misspell. I don't want to say religiously, but boy, oh boy, there's maybe people just don't understand how to spell. One of the words is poll. I see so many people talking about, and I'm talking about a tracking poll, not like a flag poll or, I won't go into that. But a poll, that is spelled P-O-L-L when you're talking about someone, when you're surveying people and you're getting results and you're trying to do some scientific shit, right? That's called a poll, P-O-L-L, not P-O-L-E. But people on the internet spell it P-O-L-E almost every single damn day. And it just drives me nuts. The other word, which is a common word people use a lot right now, is border, as in we have a issue at the border. Oh, look at that. There's my Thingbot thing's working again. There you go. There's a link if you want to sponsor the show. Okay. And that, I see so many people spell border B-O-A-R-D-E-R. No, that is like when you have someone renting your house. That's a border. No, it's a border at the border, those fake lines, the imaginary lines that surround your countries and shit like that. That's B-O-R-D-E-R. And I don't know why people spell those wrong all the time. No, not board her. Anyway, let's do a quick poll. What was I going to ask? If George Santos... Oh, should George Santos resign? That's the question of the day. Should George Santos resign? Okay, there you go. There's the poll. You can weigh in whenever you'd like. But anyway, so now this is one of the funnier tweets I saw today is from Kurt Schlichter. McCarthy should come out and say, until Big Chief... Oh, wait, no, that's not the right one. Well, this is another one. This is different. He said it should come out and say, until Big Chief Warren's resigned, we are not going to do a damn thing about Representative George Santos. Suck it, communist. Ah! Yeah. So anyway, Elizabeth Warren said she's a Native American. Joe Biden said he was the top of his class. Ilhan Omar married her brother, and I'm supposed to be mad about George Santos? Give me a break. Okay. Oh, George Santos. George Santos is the the newly elected representative from the state of New York, District 3, which is Long Island and part of Queens. He's heavily embellished his resume, let's just say. And we'll get to some of those today, too, because people are talking about him over and over and over. So, and if you watched yesterday's show, you can see all this interview with Tulsi Gabbard. She just destroyed him. So watch yesterday's show if you haven't yet. Let's see. Now, let's see. This cost Democratic senator his seat. He didn't lie about his race, religion, mother's death, having a brain tumor. He didn't steal a checkbook, write fraudulent checks, nor did he accept. Now, accept Russian campaign contributions. They love to bring up this Russian bullshit, and I'm pretty confident that George Santos did not take Russian campaign contributions. That's just a go-to bullshit line that people have. But Interesting. Rudy Giuliani says, I wonder if the same people calling for George Santos to resign will ask Joe Biden to do the same. Remember, Biden lied about his resume, credentials, and academic success back when he ran for president 30 years ago. Biden is the original George Santos. And yes, in fact, I have a new name for what George Santos did. It's called he was Bidening. He was Joe Bidening. Okay? Liar, liar, liar. I wish this hadn't flipped because there were some really good ones that I wanted to read. Oh, here we go. Peter Strzok. While everyone's looking at George DeVolder Santos, it's worth looking at him, especially his wealth and fundraising questions from a counterintelligence perspective, from the many times during his career he claims to have visited Moscow. Well, Peter Strzok? Peter Strzok has time to talk about liars? Oh my goodness. Joe Walsh. Yeah, this George Santos character is a complete fraud, but what a complete failure by his Democratic opponent, the Democratic Congressional Campaign Committee, the local and political media for not exposing who Santos is during the campaign. What a failure by them all. Imagine being the guy who ran against George Santos. Imagine what he's thinking right now. Oh, wait, we don't have to imagine. It's right here. Let's see the interview on CNN. I haven't even watched this. I just saw it. I'm like, oh, I got to see this shit. There's the video. Let's watch his video on This is CNN.
Do you think that he should resign?
Well, absolutely. I've called for it.
Now this is the guy he ran against, who he beat in New York and New York. Oh, absolutely, he should resign. Well, him resigning won't make you the congressman from the New York 3. Anyway,
His resignation without question. In fact, I said publicly that if his name is George Santos, let's get that straight.
If his name is George Santos. That's a good question. I wonder I don't even know his name is really George Santos now. Do you wonder? I don't know.
I think, in fact, he should resign his position.
Do you think it's likely he would resign, though?
Based on the lies he's told. And I said, if he's so confident that he's got the trust of the voter, I'd face him in a rematch.
Oh, so now isn't that interesting? See, now he wants to face him in a rematch. Well, you know what? That's not how it works. Now, if he resigns, maybe they'll put a different candidate up there. Maybe this guy, what's this guy? I think his name's Robert Zimmerman. Yeah, it's Robert Zimmerman. Not Bob Dylan, but Robert Zimmerman. But anyway.
But in fact, do I think he'll resign? No, I don't think he'll resign. I think he's a pathological liar.
Why should he resign?
He's not capable of shame. But I do think the investigation that the New York State Attorney General has opened up, a House Ethics Committee investigation.
They're going to use the legal system against him. Okay, we'll see. Interesting. The House Ethics Committee, too.
More Republican member of Congress just called for recently, Congressman Nicola Lota.
Okay.
I think all that's leading to hopefully a Department of Justice probe. And I think those investigations.
Oh, well, Joe Biden's going to stick the Department of Justice on him, right? Because, Joe tends to do that with political opponents.
Investigations could be real game changers over his personal money and how he used his money for his campaign.
Yeah.
We were looking at the spread in the election, and he won by about 7.5%.
He crushed this guy. Where was the Democratic Congressional Campaign Committee? Who did opposition research on this dude? Man, it's lacking. I got to tell you.
20,000 votes. I wonder, what if anything, you've heard from constituents that you ran to represent since this. And
did you? Well, I'm wondering if I don't care so much about the ones who voted for him. I'm more interested in the constituents who may have voted against him. That's what I'd like to know. Or for Santos. I want to know what the ones who voted for Santos are saying right now. And it's a good chance that is a problem. Thank you, Ty Alexander, for sponsoring the show. Dropping a small bullet in the tip jar, who says, I have written 60,550 words, standard font with line breaks. It's only 169 pages. The budget looked like it was standard paper from Rand's stunt. That means the budget has to be 200,000 plus words. Who could read that in a single sitting? FTG on that shit. Yes, 100%. And yeah, can we just FTG to the the entire Congress for passing that shit. Even the ones who voted against it, who didn't fight harder against it. Yeah, look, I think someone said that if you read, I can't remember how many pages a minute, but it would take you like 5 days to read it if you read it nonstop 24 hours, like 3 to 5 days to read it. If you read nonstop 24 hours to read the entire bill. Nobody read the fucking bill. They put a bunch of shit together. They put in thousands of earmarks, extra little goodies for their districts. The senators, and then just even the increase in our military budget, which I don't necessarily have a problem with that, except for the fact that they left billions of dollars worth of equipment all over the country. They've been leaving shit everywhere. They don't even have accounting of what they have now. And they're giving half their shit to Ukraine. Plus another 40 billion or 47 billion to Ukraine. So why did they pass this bill? It's embarrassing. I got to tell you. Thank you, Tyler Alexander, very much. Appreciate that. Also, thank you, Maddie, for dropping a 5 spot in the tip jar. Appreciate you very much. Oh, there you go. Maddie says, no, Santos should not resign. However, we all know if we lied on an application and got caught, our butts would be arrested. I wouldn't be arrested. Well, and that is against the law the last time I checked. Is it? What kind of an application? Well, it depends on what kind of application you're talking about. I don't think, is it against the law on a job application? I mean, maybe for a loan. I don't know. It would be fraud. I don't. But thank you, Maddie. I appreciate that. Very good. Okay, let's finish with this this guy who lost. This guy lost to George Santos.
And if you think you would have won had they known how many lies were involved in his
20,000 votes. Oh man.
Resume and his campaign.
We had a Republican landslide in New York State, as was well documented.
Yeah.
We had 4 congressional seats that we hoped to have won, but of course it lost, and we lost it. It was an election defined by the crime issue, and that was very difficult, and that was really the dominant issue in the race.
So is he saying he would not have won?
I think had there been this kind of national...
Look, if there had been a candidate who was a good, not a lying candidate, the Republicans hadn't nominated Jon Lovitz and had someone else there, would this guy still have lost? That's what I'm curious about. Robert Zimmerman, not Bob Dylan.
Focus on the lies he told about his education, about his job career, lying about his faith, using the tragic shooting, the Pulse nightclub.
There's even worse
as a
that
political
he lied
stunt.
about. I'll tell you in a minute.
Or, for that matter, lying about his connection to the Holocaust, using the Holocaust as a political prop.
That's
I think something as vile as that. I think all of that got this kind of national attention. Yeah, it might have made a difference.
There's a couple more doozies that we just are starting to find out about
right now, and it's much bigger than me. It's about holding him accountable and restoring trust in public officials.
Well, it's notable to hear him talk there, as he did on Fox, about his claims about being Jewish, because even Matt Brooks, who runs the Republican Jewish Coalition, said that he misrepresented his history and he deceived them. They believe, and they've banned him from going to their events.
Well, you know something? I think that's important to note. I think it's important to see Republicans now speaking up more and more, right-wing media now challenging him and deserting him. I think that's all important. But I have to tell you, as a former president of American Jewish Congress on Long Island and a former Great Neck B'nai B'rith president, when the idea that he would actually use the Holocaust, the atrocity, the unspeakable tragedy of the Holocaust as a political stunt, it is such a hateful, disrespectful act to take towards the Jewish community. It really is the ultimate.
Now, we don't know, even though he grew up Catholic, we don't know if he actually has any relatives who are Jewish. He said his grandmother was Jewish, whatever, but even so, it is despicable. It's despicable. But let's remember, he's not the only despicable person that we have in Congress. I'm just saying. The
act of anti-Semitism, when you try to manipulate and exploit a tragedy like that for political gain.
There's even more of those now. So we're going to go down. I'm going to scroll down until I find it, because plenty of people talking about this one too. If I can find the tweet. Here it is. No, that's not it. Well, here's another one. So gonna laugh at these. Someone named Schollenberger, so whatever. Here's one. Because on Twitter he's got all kinds of doozies. Hey, how are you biracial? There are 3 races: Black, Caucasian, and Asian. Which 2 are you? Okay, now what? I don't know what that means. Oh, because George Santos says, MLK did not die for us to go back to segregation. As a biracial person, this is 7/3/20. This is a few years ago. As a biracial person, I stand tall against segregation of any kind. This so-called black anthem is the most divisive thing I've ever seen. We are, okay. Then how did he answer that? He's Caucasian and black. I don't know. I'm waiting to see. Wait a minute. This could be the only thing that's not a lie if this Instagram photo is genuinely his dad. Oh, he's got an Instagram photo here. Oh, maybe that's his dad. Okay. Happy Father's Day to all the dads out there. Well, maybe he didn't lie about that, but I don't know. It's hard to tell. Interesting. All right, let's, it's not good for the brothers. There's another one though. Oh, here's the one though. Here's the one. Right here. 9/11 claimed my mother's life, so I'm blocking so I don't ever have to read this again. That's on July 12th, 2021. He tweeted that from Queens. On December 23rd, 2021, roughly 6 months later, he tweeted, December 23rd this year marks 5 years. I lost my best friend and mentor. Mom, you will live in my heart forever. Ouch. Ouch. Because 9/11 happened in 2001 for those who are playing at home. Holy smokes. Why does dad look younger? Oh, no. His dad, in that picture, his dad looks older. Where was that? It was right here. No, his dad definitely looks older. Hang on a second. I'll pull that picture back up. It's just this is a case of black don't crack. No, his dad this is definitely an older man than George Santos there. So anyway, all right. Thank you, Chicago Mike, by the way, for sponsoring the show. I appreciate you dropping a big bullet in the tip jar. Was Santos married to Morgan Fairchild? Mike, explain that joke in the chat. That's funny. That's Jon Lovitz, the liar guy on Saturday Night Live. Yeah, I was married to Morgan Fairchild. Yeah, that's the ticket. Good morning, Unacceptable Views. Another one of my favorite Canadians, and Annal Inn is also in the house. Nice to have you drop in. Oh, by the way, hit the like button if you're thinking about it. Even if you're not thinking about it, now you're thinking about it. Hit the damn like button. Anyway, now, here's Joe Walsh. Joe Walsh is a heavy-duty Trump hater, so of course he had to say, fuck any Republican who publicly condemns George Santos, but never publicly condemned Donald Trump. Okay, hang on right here and right now, douchebag Joe Walsh. Not the good Joe Walsh that plays guitar for the Eagles, but the former Republican from Florida, former Republican representative. Joe Walsh... Trump's resume was well established long before he ran for president. And the idea that you're saying, oh, he lied about this and lied about that, that's your opinion, okay? Now what's in the house, too, there's a whole lot of people claiming to be Jewish around Hanukkah. It's the most fun holiday. Where were they when we were eating matzahs and to commemorate our slavery and singing "Let My People Go"? That's a very good question. Now what? My friend from high school. Yeah, they're not. Yeah, exactly. Okay, now where is it? There was one more that. Also, he pretended to be a gay Afro-Latino, Ukrainian, Brazilian Catholic Jew whose mother died in 9/11, whose ancestors survived the Holocaust, whose employees died in the Pulse Club mass shooting, and whose net worth rose by millions overnight. Am I missing anything? Now, that's Richie Torres. He's a congressman from New York, also New York 15, a Democrat, look, he's not wrong. I'm just saying he is not wrong. But all right, now here's the thing, though. Okay, now we've talked a lot about George Santos, right? But interesting article in Yahoo News today talking about how now it is from Fox News too, how the George Santos scandal brings renewed attention to a certain president of the United States that we have in office right now. George Santos scandal brings renewed attention to Joe Biden's fabrications. Now, I wonder if they're going to mention corn pop, because corn pop has got to be a fabrication. But here we go. The controversy surrounding Representative-elect George Santos, Republican New York, lies about his resume on the campaign trail has brought renewed attention to President Biden's long history of fabrications, including embellishments about his college career that helped derail his 1988 presidential campaign. Santos, who defeated Robert Zimmerman, not the good Robert Zimmerman, not Bob Dylan, but the Robert Zimmerman in New York. In November, the November general election, had falsely claimed he graduated from Baruch College, worked for Goldman Sachs and Citibank. After an investigation by the New York Times revealed major portions of his biography. Did I say biography? Sounds like biography. Biography were fabricated. Scrappy, what's up? Nice to see you. His biography were fabricated. Santos purported employers confirmed to Fox News that he never worked for them, and Baruch College said he never attended there. Now, George Santos is no Cuomo, right? Okay, Santos admitted he lied in an interview Monday with the New York Post, and also and like I said, if you watched yesterday, Tulsi Gabbard ripped him to shred. But he said, "I am not a criminal. I'm embarrassed and I'm sorry for having embellished my resume." Embellished is a gentle word for lies, and I mean seriously. Oh, why the fuck you lying? So I got to dig those out. I'm pretty happy about that. Where's the other one? Where's dog face pony shoulder? There we go.
You're a lying dog face pony shoulder.
Anyway, House Democrats, including Representative Eric Swalwell, the Chinese spy fucker, and Ted Lieu, the moron, of California, and Joaquin, how do you say it? Joaquin, Blue-Eyed Scream, nice to meet you. Welcome. If he has to resign, does that mean that Elizabeth Warren has to resign as well? I kind of think that, okay? All right, we'll get there. I'm getting there. Maybe Joe Biden should have to resign. I'm just saying. Anyway, Joaquin Castro of Texas pounced. Oh my gosh, this is a Democrats pounced article after Santos admitted lying, calling for him to resign from Congress or be forced to do so by Republican leader Representative Kevin McCarthy of California. Not so fast. Oh, wait, Republican leader. He's still the leader right now. He's just not the Speaker of the House yet because they haven't voted on that. Anyway, now, for years, Joe Biden has been criticized for fabricating stories, from claiming having been arrested in apartheid-era South Africa to being in a helicopter that was forced down by al-Qaeda insurgents in Afghanistan. Most recently, Biden was criticized after telling the hurricane-devastated island of Puerto Rico, you lovely island, that he had been raised, quote, in the Puerto Rican community at home, politically, in Delaware. That huge Puerto Rican population in Delaware. Anyway, in November 2021, Biden said during a speech in New Hampshire that his house burned down with his wife, Jill, inside. Weeks before that, he recounted for the 5th time during his presidency a false story about an Amtrak employee during a speech in New Jersey. The employee Biden frequently mentions actually died a year before the story was said to have taken place. In 2019, Biden told a crowd of college students a harrowing story about a Navy captain in Afghanistan that was later debunked by the Washington Post. In 2013, Biden said he heard gunshots of an Amish schoolhouse shooting that killed 5 students while playing golf nearby in Pennsylvania in 2006. The Washington Times poured cold water on that claim at the time, reporting that no golf course in the area had any record of hosting Biden. In 2007, Biden said he had been had been shot at during the trip years earlier to Iraq. He later clarified that he was near where a shot landed. Now that's a lot. That's pretty different right there, right? During a failed 1988 presidential campaign, Biden was busted for lying about his academic record and plagiarizing speeches on the campaign trail, which ultimately derailed his bid. He also got, I think he got caught plagiarizing some shit in law school. Anyway, I went to law school on a full academic scholarship, the only one in my class to have a full academic scholarship, Biden said during a 1987 campaign stop in New Hampshire, adding that he ended up at the top of my class and graduated with 3 degrees. It was 3 degrees, not 2 degrees. Then he later admitted, in fact, he graduated at the bottom of his class, had only a partial scholarship, and graduated with only 1 degree. He also said at the time he marched with tens of thousands of people during the civil rights movement, but that also turned out to be false. Is there a pattern here? There is a pattern here. Yeah, no, the Bosnia sniper fire, that was Hillary Clinton. Just saying. Now, the Dispatch, as Jonah Goldberg tweeted, I think Santos is a total embarrassment and has no place in public life, but a lot of folks on this site dinging him seem to have forgotten how much both the current president and his predecessor embellished about their accomplishments. Now, really, what? I'm trying to figure out what accomplishments the prior president, the guy with funny hair, embellished. I'm not sure, but certainly Joe Biden has a history. Now, of course, MSNBC's all-in host Chris Hayes jumped in to defend Biden's lies as normal politician BSing.
Wow.
I think there's a line between normal politician BSing and con man serial lying. Really? 3 degrees, top of the class, full academic scholarship. Is that BSing compared to, I mean, it's not much different than what George Santos did, is it? Is it different? Then he said, I mean, it could have been a pretty big deal if it turned out Joe Biden didn't actually have a law degree. Santos compared this situation to Biden's during an appearance on Fox News' Tucker Carlson Tonight on Tuesday when a guest host, Tulsi Gabbard, asked Santos if he had no shame. He said, fuck no, I don't have any shame. Okay, no, he didn't really say that. Anyway, the Republican accused Democrats of being hypocritical. Yes, they were. And the 2 things can be right at the same time. 2 things can be right at the same time. So anyway, let's look at now. There just happened to be an article of Joe Biden's top 15 most outlandish lies. I wonder if they have the one about his wife there. So here's Joe Biden. His law school grades. Biden claimed in 1987 he graduated at the top half of his class at Syracuse College of Law. He was when he was actually 76th in a class of 85. Holy shit. Here's
question. What law school did you attend, and where did you place in that class? And the other question is, could you quickly, I think
I probably have a much higher IQ than you do, I suspect. I went to law school on a full academic scholarship, the only one in my class to have a full academic scholarship. In the first year in law school, I decided I didn't want to be in law school and ended up in the bottom 2/3 of my class, and then decided I wanted to stay, went back to law school, and in fact ended up in the top half of my class. I won the International Moot Court competition. I was the outstanding student in the political science department at the end of my year. I graduated with 3 degrees from undergraduate school, 165 credits, only need 123 credits, and I'd be delighted to sit down and compare my IQ to yours if you'd like, Frank.
Okay, so anyway, that goes on. Well, let's see. He kept going on and on and on. But anyway, the second one is he said he was arrested in South Africa. Biden falsely claimed in 2022. And this was just this year. This year, he's still telling this lie. He falsely claimed in 2022 he was arrested for trying to see Nelson Mandela in South Africa. The Washington Post marked the claim as false. The Washington Post said this was false. Thank you, Chicago Mike. Another 5 spot in by YouTube super chat who says, wow, the media has a double standard? You don't say. Oh, you don't say. No, they do not have a double standard. Anyway, number 3, his first job in 2021. Biden claimed in Idaho his first job offer was from a local lumber and wood product business, Boise Cascade. The company said there's absolutely no record of Biden's claim. Well, he's in Idaho, so and the name of the company's Boise, so he had to say something relatable to Idaho, I guess. Biden claimed in 2021 that he visited Pittsburgh's Tree of Life synagogue, where 11 people were murdered in 2018. Biden did speak to the Tree of Life rabbi, but he never visited the synagogue as he claimed. We don't need to play that one. Number 5, unemployment numbers. Biden claimed in 2022 unemployment was the lowest in 50 years, down from 6.5% to 3.5%. Biden's claim was false. The unemployment rate was 3.5% under his predecessor. Now that, okay, if it was a tie, I don't think that's necessarily a lie. Now, how it got there, we know he's lying. Oh, wait, but you know what? You know what happened? Remember the fact that they had to revise some numbers and they overshot it by 1 million jobs? Wonder how that affected it. I wonder if that, so maybe it was a lie because the Department of Labor, whoever does those statistics, lied. Anyway, number 6, he said he visited Afghanistan. Biden claimed in 2022 he had visited Afghanistan and Iraq twice as president. The New York Post marked Biden's claim as false. As president, I wonder if he meant vice president. Why would he visit Iraq as president? Because he's only been president for two. How long has he been president? Since 2021? 2 years? Not even 2 years. They're coming up on 2 years. Anyway, he also claimed in 2022 that he was appointed to the Naval Academy in 1965 by the late Senator Caleb Boggs, Republican of Delaware. A search of Boggs' records failed to produce evidence to support Biden. And if he was appointed to the Naval Academy, why didn't he go? He clearly didn't go there. What up, Jay Pylon? Number 6. Oh, this one too. This one's terrible. We'll just play this one because this is crazy.
Soldiers of campaign learned to scale rock, ski, and survive, preparing for the war they were about to fight. The pivotal moment came, as the senator pointed out, in February 1945. A surprise Allied attack on the mountains in Italy. Imagine. It's pitch black, punishing cold. The mission high in the mountains that hinged on the skill, strength, and stamina that could have only been gained in a place like this. They're more than ready. They were more than ready that day and since then. American soldiers of the 10th Mountain Division scaled that 1,800-foot cliff at night, caught the Germans by surprise, captured key positions, and broke through the German defense line at a pivotal point in the war. Just imagine, I mean it sincerely, I say this as a father of a man who won the Bronze Star, the Conspicuous Service Medal, and lost his life in Iraq. Imagine the courage.
Stop right there. Stop right there. Doom, doom, doom. I'm gonna know right now. That's false. His son died of a brain tumor in a hospital in Maryland. He did not die in Iraq. Number 9, never spoken to Hunter about family business. Okay, this is all laptop shit, but Joe Biden falsely claimed in 2019 that he never discussed business deals with Hunter, but Joe Biden left Hunter a voicemail in 2018 about a business deal with the Chinese energy giant CEFC, directly contradicting Joe Biden's statement in 2019. Quote, "Hey pal, it's Dad. It's 8:15 on a Wednesday night. If you get a chance, give me a call. Nothing urgent. I just wanted to talk to you," Joe Biden said. "I thought the article released online, it's going to be printed tomorrow in the Times, was good. I think you're clear. And anyway, if you get a chance, give me a call. I love you." Also, there we go. Also, he claimed that he visited 54 states. He falsely claimed in 2022 he campaigned in all 54 states. That just is, Okay, yeah, because there's only 50 states. Now, granted, he may have. No, wait. Let me think about this. I got to think carefully about this. Biden claimed he campaigned in 54 states. Well, that's 3 less than Barack Obama, who said 57 states. Anyway, that's a misspeak. I don't call that a lie. That's a brain fart. That's not a lie. It's a brain fart. Anyway, let's see. 11, passing student loan legislation. Biden falsely claimed in 2022 he passed student loan forgiveness, but no student loan legislation has been passed through Congress. Then raised. Oh, this one, the raised by Puerto Rican ones. This
we have a very, in relative terms, large.
Watch
Puerto
Joe
Rican
Biden.
population
Wait. Watch Jill. Watch her. He says, I'm gonna make this so you can see him a little better. Watch Jill as he says this, because she's looking at him already like, okay, where's this going? Where's this going? Listen to this one.
We have a very, in relative terms, large Puerto Rican population in Delaware, relative to our population. We have the 8th largest black population in the country, and between all minorities,
look at
we
him
have
like,
20% of our state
is
minority. And so I was sort of raised in the Puerto Rican community at home.
Oh, look at her. She clenched up.
And we came here
look
for
at her.
a long time.
She's like, oh my God, what the hell is he saying right now? She's
You're
so
part of the Third Circuit Court of Appeals, and Delaware is.
Did you see her clench up? Did you see her clench up when he said that? Like, started moving like nervously, like, what the fuck is he saying? What's he talking about? By the way, Jabari, what's up, Jabari? Thank you so much for sponsoring the show. Jabari of Judah says, with a 5-spot in YouTube super chat, says all politicians lie. It's just the dumb ones that get caught. We're looking at one right now. Anyway, we don't need to see the rest of that. All right, let's see. What else? Gas prices. Biden falsely claimed the price of gas is down from over $5 when I took office. Yeah, it was not $5 when he took office. The day before former President Donald Trump left office, the nationwide price of gas was $2.38, which we're actually kind of approaching that now, but that's the winter blends, so that's interesting. Biden, he claimed in 2021 he traveled 17,000 miles with Chinese President Xi Jinping. The Washington Post marked Biden's claim with 3 Pinocchios. Because he was talking about when he was vice president, he traveled 17,000 miles with Chinese President Xi Jinping. You know how far 17,000 miles is? That's like going across China 50 times. Anyway, or maybe not 50 times, but anyway. Then inflation is temporary. Biden claimed in 2022 that inflation was only temporary. Before his statement, inflation had raged for months. About 6 months later, inflation is still roaring at 7.1%. That's not, I don't call that a lie either, even though it's certainly a fuck up. All right. So there you go. That doesn't even count the people, because the Democrats should be just shutting the fuck up right now and let Republicans deal with George Santos, in my opinion, because Democrats have their own people. They got Richard Blumenthal, said he was in Vietnam. John Kerry, Swift Boat, John Kerry. We got the most important Democrat in the history of the Senate, Ted Kennedy. Left a woman dead in a river. Come on, man. And he gets one of these.
Come on, man.
Anyway, Reaction, what's up? Washington, Puerto Rico. Don't forget when Biden, as a senator, made it sound like his helicopter was forced down due to insurgents, when in reality it was due to weather. Was that him? No, oh no, it was Bosnia was Hillary Clinton. Yeah, that was Joe Biden. So anyway, they got no room to talk about people who lie. Now, you know who Sam Brinton is, right? Sam Brinton's the luggage guy, the nuclear something waste guy that got fired after he found out he was stealing luggage. Well, Sam Brinton's trending again today. Now, this is funny. I'm just telling you, this is funny. I'm gonna show you why Sam Brinton is trending. Let's see. Let me show you this tweet first. Okay, here we go. Sam Brinton is trending because of this. Because you know what's happening with Southwest Airlines, right? They're having some troubles. They're having troubles all over the country because they've been canceling flights and stuff. And so there's this thing going around, like people are showing all the luggage that's happening in Southwest Airlines. Here's Tampa, Florida, for example. Here's what's happening in Tampa, Florida. This is the unclaimed luggage in Tampa, Florida right now, right? All these people with all their flights canceled and shit. So this is someone going down the baggage claim area, looking at all the I should say untapped luggage, because this is, look. Okay, so if, do you think this is Sam Brinton's wet dream right here? So because of Southwest Airlines problems, lots of people are talking about, turn this, you don't need to hear this no more. What a mess. This is Southwest Airlines baggage claim in Tampa International. There's 24 more Southwest flights canceled this morning. Many tags on these stranded bags are from travelers from Denver, Houston, and Baltimore, to which some people are saying this. Looks like I'm inside of Sam Brinton's wet dream. Yes, exactly. Here's the other one. Oh, shoot. Oh, that's a Forbes article from oh, wait a minute. I didn't even see this one. Here, let's read this Forbes article about Sam Brinton. Anyway, we'll get to that. Sam Brinton seeing all that luggage unattended. Look at that look. Or like that. Sam Brinton seeing all the Southwest baggage situation. Okay. So anyway, he's trending because of the luggage deal with Southwest Airlines. But also, there's an article here today about him too from Forbes. Biden official Sam Brinton's second alleged theft, including $1,700 worth of jewelry. The Biden administration has come under fire after Energy Department official Sam Brinton, who identifies as non-binary, I do not care, charged in 2 separate instances of stealing suitcases at U.S. airports, with one bag reportedly containing $3,670 in jewelry, clothing, and makeup, as GOP officials blame Biden's wokeness for hiring him. Brinton, who served this. Wait, why are they showing this article now? This is from December 10th. Anyway, this article popped up today too. But the second one had $1,700 worth of jewelry. So this is grand larceny. I think, isn't that grand? Well, I don't know. There are felonies in both states. I think the one he already got a suspended sentence in Las Vegas, but the one in Minneapolis is proceeding to trial. He was arraigned on, I believe, December 19th. All right. Let's see. Now, just a few random things I got before I go. Let's skip. I'm going to skip this one. I'm going to skip this one. And, all right. So there's a few lists here. Let's see, start with this one. Now, there's 2 opinion pieces in the Washington Post about Joe Biden, both written by Mark Thiessen. And he wrote a couple articles about Joe Biden. Now, I'm not necessarily familiar with Mark Thiessen, but he made a list of the 10 best things Joe Biden did in 2022. And then he has a companion article, the 10 worst things Joe Biden did in 2022. And when I saw he tweeted these articles out, he wrote both columns, and I thought for sure this would just be the typical Washington Post taint cleaning with the tongue assist taint cleaning that the Washington Post does for Joe Biden already, right? Not necessarily, but Mark Thiessen, there's going to be a theme, as you'll see, because I'm not going to read through them very detailed like. I'm just going to give you kind of the headlines. So here's the top things Joe Biden did in 2022, according to Mark Thiessen of the Washington Post. So the top, number 10, he acted to prevent a crippling national rail strike. Yeah, he said it wasn't exactly Ronald Reagan firing the striking air traffic controllers, but Biden did get Congress to pass bipartisan legislation to force the workers' unions to accept the overly generous contract his administration had negotiated, avoiding a strike. Okay. He's sending B-52s to Australia to counter China. Any Aussies here? Do you think that's a good idea? I don't know. Wait, NSF, why is the stream not safe for work? So Sam crossed state lines. Yes, he did. I don't know. Is that building on last year's historic trilateral security agreement with Australia and Britain? He's sending B-52s to Australia. He launched a full court press against China's domestic semiconductor industry. He blocked U.S. companies from selling chips or semiconductors equipment to China, cracked down on China's 1,000 Talents program. Here's something interesting, though, right now. So did you know right now, remember there was this big chip shortage, right? That was a big problem in the United States in particular. Do you know that right now there is a glut of manufactured computer chips right now because the demand for them has been so low in the last couple of years. So now they have a glut of chips, and the manufacturers don't know what to do because they paid all this money for all these chips that were so scarce. And now here's the thing that may happen. Like for example, a lot of the car companies may be able to get those chips down because there's a lot of chips, and there's tons of vehicles, like thousands and thousands of vehicles from every car company sitting on lots, and they couldn't get chips to for all the computer components in the vehicles. So it'll be interesting to see what happens there. Now this is among the best, his best things that he did. Number 7, he signed the first bipartisan gun legislation in decades. And the senators that signed on to that, they can kiss my ass and they'll probably be struck down by the Supreme Court. Number 6, he secured extradition of the terrorist charged with the bombing of Pan Am Flight 103, which killed 190 Americans. I'll give him that one. Good one. He kept Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps on a U.S. list of foreign terrorist organizations. Okay, great. Would that have been different under any other president? Doubt it. He won support for Finland and Sweden to join NATO. Now this one, I'm going, wait a minute. That's a good thing? Isn't that kind of provoking? The guys over there that said they didn't want borders with members of NATO and those neutral countries should remain neutral. Isn't that part of the problem with us supplying Ukraine with endless war stuff? I'm dated. Okay. He killed Al-Qaeda leader Ayman al-Zawahiri. Okay, give him that one. He declared the United States will defend Taiwan. Well, declaring it, great. Are we actually going to do it? It's interesting. That's an interesting question. But then the last one here. He saved Ukraine. The jury's out on that one. I'm going to read this one. Biden's handling of Ukraine tops both my best and worst lists this year. Here's the best. After Russia invaded, Biden rallied our allies to support Ukraine's self-defense, providing arms, money, intelligence, and diplomatic support that stopped Putin from seizing Kyiv. At the start of the conflict, no one thought Ukraine could survive. Today, Ukraine's courageous armed forces are on the offensive, retaking territory Russia unlawfully seized. For all flaws in his Ukraine strategy, Biden deserves credit for saving a free and independent Ukraine. One accomplishment that does not make a compilation of the good things Biden did, but deserves grudging admiration nonetheless. Despite presiding over the worst inflation of 40 years, the worst collapse in real wages for 4 decades, the highest gas prices on record, the worst crime wave since the 1990s, and the worst border crisis in U.S. history, Biden turned in the best first midterm performance of any president. What? Wait a minute. What? After all that? Biden turned in the best first midterm performance of any president since John F. Kennedy, except for George W. Bush after the 9/11 attacks, and that's an impressive achievement. Did he read what he just wrote? Did he read what he just wrote? Most people go, it's the economy, stupid. Now let's look at the worst things, because let's check it's Kyiv. I said Kyiv. Well, yeah, that's right. He spelled it wrong, didn't he? He spelled it K-Y. He spelled it K-Y-I-V, didn't he? Or did I just say it wrong? I'm on the wrong list. Where is it? Did he write? Yeah, he did do K-Y-I-V. Kiev with the Y is the Russian spelling, right? Interesting. All right, now let's go to the worst. I'm sorry. What the fuck is he talking about with this? He had the best first midterm performance. That's talking about, okay, now I got it, what he's saying. He's talking about the fact that he didn't lose both the House and the Senate, and that the turnover in the House was smaller than most. Okay, I'm like, what is he talking about? Okay, he's talking about that. Okay, never mind. And finally, let's go to the 10 worst that he did. Worst things Joe Biden did in 2022. He presided over a plethora of disasters. On Biden's watch, the country experienced worst inflation in 40 years, largest decline in real wages, highest gas prices ever recorded, biggest annual rise of food prices since 1979, crisis-level labor shortage, and the worst crime wave in many cities since the 1990s. Not since Jimmy Carter as a president unleashed so many calamities at once. 9, he called Georgia's election law Jim Crow 2.0. And then what happened in Georgia? Black turnout was highest ever. 8, he and his party urged Republicans to reject extremists while promoting them in GOP primaries. Democrats spent tens of millions of dollars supporting MAGA candidates in GOP. Wait a minute. Whoa. Do you see what he just did there? He urged Republicans to reject extremists while promoting them in GOP primaries. Then he says Democrats spent tens of millions of dollars supporting MAGA candidates. Did he just equate extremists with MAGA candidates, hoping they'd be easier to defeat? One of the most cynical and immoral political strategies in memory. Number 7, his administration discharged thousands of troops for refusing COVID-19 vaccinations. Okay, so this guy is, I'm going to give him that one. That's absolutely fucked up. The military is getting fucked right now. They're having problems. They're so busy with a lot of, and I hate using this word, but just for lack of a better term, they're so busy doing a bunch of woke bullshit that they're not, they're not thinking about, the military should be able to break shit and kill people. Okay, that's what the military is supposed to be for. We shouldn't have to ask someone's pronouns before we shoot them. That's just my thing. By the way, Next Gen Troll, I'm glad you're here. I see you over there. I noticed you earlier. Just clicked on the P-Dog thumbnail in YouTube and got a window that said it was unavailable. Yeah, there was one that was messed up. All right. Number 6, he begged foreign, how do you say, is it despots to produce more oil while weakening domestic production. So this guy's kind of based, right? He discouraged domestic production, but then begs the Saudis and everybody else for more oil. So, okay, this guy's got a pretty balanced list here. Number 5, in an unconstitutional power grab, he canceled up to $1 trillion in student loans. And it's hung up in the courts. And hopefully the court tells you need legislation for this shit. This ain't happening. Because he can't, with a wave of a pen, he's got a phone and a pen, and he tried to phone in a pen the cancellation of student loans. Number 4, he failed to avenge the Kabul airport bombing that killed 183 people, including 13 Americans. Biden warned those who carried out the 2021 attack, "We will not forgive, we will not forget, we will hunt you down and make you pay." But since the U.S. withdrawal more than a year ago, there has been no over-the-horizon strikes against ISIS-K terrorists responsible. Number 3, he signed into law an Inflation Reduction Act that will not reduce inflation or climate change. This writer is real. Number 2, he made the worst border crisis in the U.S. history even worse. Okay. It was not the worst border crisis in history under the guy with the funny hair. He made his own worst border crisis in history even worse from the time his first year to his second year. And finally, he slow-rolled military aid to Ukraine out of fear of provoking Vladimir Putin. He refused Ukraine's request for Stinger and Javelin missiles for months before Russia invaded. I thought, didn't the guy with the funny hair give them Javelin missiles? After Moscow attack, he offered to help President Vladimir Zelensky to escape, to which the Ukrainian leader reporter replied, "I need ammunition, not a ride." Then Biden forced Ukraine to defend itself for months, primarily with the antiquated Soviet-era weaponry. No, he didn't force it. They defended themselves. Oh, my God. This guy thinks that we should just give Ukraine everything. I'm serious. Then he... All right, so anyway, he's just talking about how he's saying that we haven't given Ukraine enough, haven't supported them enough in their thing. By the way, let's finish the poll and then I'm going to get out of here. Should George Santos resign? 71% no out of 38 votes. So thank you for voting in the poll. Congratulations on the no voters. You have won the prize. Yay! All right. I don't know what that prize is, but I'm just realizing that I'm out of time. So here's what I got to do. I want to say thank you for being here today. And tomorrow, Funky Friday, we'll be doing some lists of the great things that happened in 2022 and some shitty things that happened in 2002. I might even have an open mic, and maybe you can come in and tell you what your favorite and least favorite things were. Wait a minute. Why do I have 2 of these windows open? That's weird. I don't need this one open. We'll close that one. That one's good. And that one's good. They're the same shit. Okay. Anyway, guys, I got to go. Thank you for being here today on the Morning Night Live. If you haven't hit a like button yet, why? There were 38 people here at one point who voted on the poll. Just hit the like button before you go. And on Rumble, punch that plussy, pound that plussy. I don't know what the word is. 21 over there. And the Rumble thing. You click the Rumble, the plus sign, or you hit the thumbs up on your phone, and that'll do the algorithm thing they do on YouTube. So anyway, do that. Share the stream. After the stream is fine. Before the stream is fine. I'm going to link also there. Well, I've been doing these Twitter Spaces things, and I got a lot of new followers on Twitter. So I'm going to invite them to come see the show. But there was a recorded one yesterday that I was in, and I asked a few questions. Maybe I'll download that and share some of that from yesterday too. They were talking about COVID, which is a tricky subject on YouTube. You got to be very careful talking about COVID on YouTube, but we'll see what we can do. Anyway, guys, I got to go. Thanks for being here. My name is P-Dog. My name is P-Dog Knight, and I am out of here. Bye. Where's the outro? Bye. See ya. Hey, this is P-Dog Knight, and thank you for watching today on the P-Dog Knight channel. If you have an observation or remark you'd like to make about this video or my channel, I absolutely welcome you to write it in the comment section down below. I really look forward to hearing from you. And before you go, if you like what you saw but you're not already subscribed, please make sure you hit the subscribe button and definitely click that bell that pops up afterwards so you'll be notified when I post new videos or when we go live. I broadcast my live show, The Morning Night Live, Monday through Friday at 10 o'clock Eastern, 9 o'clock Central. A special thank you to all the supporters of this channel who share our videos on social media and who make donations through Streamlabs, YouTube, Venmo, and Cash App, which are all linked in the description down below. Thanks again, and until next time, I'm P-Dog Knight, and I'm out of here.